Simon Cowell, the man who brought One Direction to the world and reshaped the modern talent show landscape, did something few expected when he cried over Courtney Hadwin. At 65, he revealed a rare emotional side of the usually stern judge. Courtney's story began when she took the stage on America's Got Talent Season 13 and created an unforgettable moment, becoming a true rock star. The world witnessed her impressive debut with over 310 million views. At that moment, Simon didn't say much, but he surely didn't overlook her performance. What made one of the toughest judges in the industry shed tears? Was it his understanding of the difficult journey Courtney had gone through to reach the stage lights? Or was it the deep emotion stirred by her talent and passion making Simon reflect on himself and what he truly expects from his contestants? Let's explore the story behind this emotional moment where the combination of talent, passion, and humanity truly touched Simon Cowell's heart. Years later, Simon Cowell decided to speak out about Courtney, but not with the usual quotes or media-friendly statements. This time he expressed his emotions honestly and vulnerably. What made Simon cry? Courtney Hadwin's story truly moved him. How do you think the emotions Simon Cowell experienced while witnessing Courtney Hadwin will impact her career? Can talent and passion really touch the hearts of even the toughest critics? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a 1 if you think it's possible, or comment 0 if you disagree. Enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe to support the channel and watch more heartwarming stories. Courtney's musical journey didn't start under the bright stage lights, but in a small village in the northeast of England, where she was born in 2004. From a young age, she made a strong impression on those around her. Teachers at Shotton Hall Academy recall that Courtney was not just an ordinary student, but someone with a unique quality. When the music played, she seemed to transform into a different person, shining effortlessly. With her powerful, raspy, and mature voice that belied her years, Courtney began to capture attention on local stages. Could a young girl like her really touch the hearts of rock and roll legends? The question arose as people witnessed the combination of her raw talent and innate confidence. And while Simon Cowell, known for his strict and tough demeanor, eventually shed tears over Courtney's outstanding performance, the question remained, what moved Simon, a man who built his career on challenging contestants, to become so emotional? The answer will make you pause and reflect, as it's rare to see this emotional side of someone like Simon. It was a moment that made people exclaim, "Who is this girl? No one could have predicted that a shy young girl could shine so brightly on stage." From that moment, Courtney was no longer just a small-town girl. She had become an up-and-coming artist, carrying with her a unique message. Her major breakthrough came in 2017, when she stepped onto the stage of The Voice Kids UK, choosing to audition with Tina Turner's challenging song Nutbush City Limits, a song that required immense courage and confidence. And indeed, she didn't just perform well, she excelled. The judges were absolutely stunned. Danny Jones from McFly, who would later become her coach, helped her reach the finals. Although she didn't win, her achievement may have been even more significant. She proved that she could stand tall among the nation's brightest young talents. People didn't just notice her, they remembered her. What made Courtney stand out wasn't just the range of her voice or her technical skill, but her transformation. From a shy young girl, she became a natural force the moment the music began to play. It wasn't a meticulously rehearsed performance, it was a genuine feeling. And that's what made her different. This is where Courtney's story turned a new page. In 2018, at just 13 years old, she decided to challenge herself further and signed up for America's Got Talent, a stage with the highest level of competition she had ever faced. At that audition, it was easy to see the anxiety on her face. She appeared unsure, quiet, and even a bit overwhelmed. But when the music started, Hard to Handle by Otis Redding, everything changed. The shy girl disappeared, replaced by a storm of energy and passion. Her voice, movements, and energy all came together like a lightning strike, causing both the judges and the audience to stand up. Howie Mandel, visibly stunned, didn't hesitate to press the golden buzzer, even saying that she reminded him of Janis Joplin. He believed Courtney was born in the wrong era, and he wasn't the only one who felt that way. Can a young person convey the rawness and intense emotion of a past generation? For many, that moment proved that it is entirely possible. Each of Courtney's subsequent performances on the show only reinforced that story. Whether it was her rendition of James Brown's Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, or her powerful rendition of Born to Be Wild. Courtney didn't just cover these songs, she lived in them. Her stage presence wasn't about glitz or over-rehearsal. Instead, it felt as if she was allowing something deep within her to take over. In the end, Courtney Hadwin finished in 6th place on America's Got Talent, but in reality, winning wasn't her goal. What mattered more was the conversation her time on the show sparked. The girl with the voice of a legend, who was she, and where would she go from here? The answer didn't take long to find. After her audition aired, it quickly became a phenomenon. Not just a few shares on social media, but hundreds of millions of views. Courtney's audition clip rapidly surpassed 310 million views, becoming one of the most watched performances in AGT history. Millions of people around the world watched, rewatched, and shared her video. Was it her voice that captivated them, or was it the rare authenticity that's hard to find in the polished world of reality TV? It could be both. The music industry took notice. A lot. Just a few months after her AGT journey ended in December 2018, Courtney signed a recording contract with Arista Records in partnership with Simon Cowell's Psycho Music. This move was highly significant. It wasn't just a gamble by talent scouts, but a strong endorsement from a major force in the music industry. They recognized what millions already knew. Courtney Hadwin was not just a fleeting phenomenon or a viral moment. She was a true artist. Since then, her career has only continued to grow. She returned to America's Got Talent, The Champions, in 2019, once again captivating the crowd with her unique blend of resilience and explosive energy. Thanks to her increasingly prominent presence on social media, Courtney has connected with a loyal fan base of people who not only admire her, but also want to be a part of her journey. Her followers are not just ordinary fans. They see something very special and rare in her. She doesn't chase trends or try to be anyone else. Courtney has always stayed true to herself, singing songs that stir deep emotions from within her soul. A major turning point in Courtney's career came when she decided to become independent. After stepping away from the spotlight and the promises made by major record labels, Courtney made an important decision. It wasn't a choice made hastily, nor was it driven by fame or money. She wanted something more of a path in music that was free and authentic, a decision that would quietly reshape her entire musical future. Courtney Hadwin realized that what she truly craved wasn't fame or a record deal, but creative freedom. Isn't that what every true artist dreams of? While she had signed with Psycho Music and Arista Records a deal that any up-and-coming musician would envy behind the glitz, things weren't exactly as she had imagined. In a recent interview, Courtney candidly shared the struggles she faced at such a young age, starting her music career at just 13. She mentioned going through a series of obstacles, not only in the process of growing up, but also when dealing with the pressures from the music industry where she felt misunderstood. After signing with record labels, Courtney realized a painful truth: the labels didn't know what to do with her. Instead of nurturing her unique voice and distinct style, they tried to fit her into a cookie-cutter pop mold, just like millions of other artists. She shared that one of the true breakthrough moments came when she wrote the song Monsters. She composed it in 2019 or 2020, pouring all her raw emotions into it. However, when she sent it to the label, they rejected the song because it wasn't pop enough. That must have been a huge shock to be told that your art wasn't marketable just because it didn't fit someone else's definition of success. Thank you for watching Courtney's inspiring story. She dared to stand up and carve her own path, despite the challenges. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories to come. But instead of giving up, Courtney decided not to continue writing just to meet expectations she had never set for herself. She chose to break free from the constraints and take control of her musical future. In February 2023, she released Breakable, her first single completely independently. This was a song she proudly declared as her own, and she said, "This is all I've got, completely independent, finally doing it my way." With this decision, Courtney didn't just step into the independent path. She fully immersed herself in it. She went on to release one single after another throughout 2023, That Girl Don't Live Here in April, Call Me Back in July, Monsters in September, and Christmas Rocks in November. She had truly taken control of her music, no longer allowing anyone else to decide what her voice and style should be. Each new song that Courtney Hadwin released was a powerful personal statement declaring, "This is me, unfiltered, unpolished by anyone else's standards." A big part of this new chapter wasn't working with major companies, but with people who truly understood her. One of them was Kevin Bowe, an experienced songwriter and producer whom Courtney met during her journey of self-discovery. Together, they revived old songs tracks that had been discarded as garbage from her earlier days. One of the songs they decided to revive was Monsters. Courtney shared, "As soon as I became independent, Kevin and I dove into that pile of trash to bring the song back, and we really loved it. It's fascinating how great things can return when you dare to believe in them again." And for the fans, they didn't just nod in agreement, they clapped, cheered, and embraced her with open arms. The song, Monsters, which had previously been dismissed by record label executives, climbed to number 19 on the Billboard Hard Rock Digital Song Sales chart in October 2023. This wasn't just a personal victory, it was a symbolic one. It proves that audiences are craving authentic and genuine music, not just chasing fleeting trends. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this journey is the unwavering loyalty of her fans. Courtney always remembers that she wouldn't have the loyal following she has today without America's Got Talent. That was where her supporters' journey began, and through every twist and turn, from the TV stage to meetings with record companies to independent recording studios, they have always been by her side. It's the kind of loyalty that every artist dreams of. Now, Courtney is fully immersed in her most personal project to date, her debut album titled Little Miss Jagged, set to be released on September 12, 2025. She is pouring her heart and soul into it, her passion, experience, and unique musical style, blending the power of rock, the emotion of soul, the melodies of blues, and the allure of pop music. All of this is wrapped up in Courtney Hadwin's unmistakable voice, a voice that cannot be replicated. So what can we take away from all of this? Courtney Hadwin hasn't just survived in the music industry, she's found a way to thrive despite the challenges. She reminds everyone that you don't need a stamp of approval from record labels to be recognized, and sometimes stepping away from the big spotlight is exactly the opportunity you need to build yourself up. Isn't that the most powerful kind of success? Simon Cowell, known for his sharp and often cold remarks on television, isn't the type to easily show emotion. But at the age of 65, he was brought to tears, and it was all because of Courtney Hadwin. What is the real story between them? Does he regret what happened in the past, or is there a secret he can no longer keep? Don't miss a moment, because everything is about to change. The emotional reunion between Simon Cowell and Courtney Hadwin took place in March 2025 at a charity event in London, and it was a moment that took many by surprise. But when looking back, it seems like this was something inevitable. For those who have followed Courtney's journey since her breakthrough performance on America's Got Talent at just 13, the emotional weight of that encounter is undeniable. Simon, the music mogul, known for his tough demeanor and rarely showing emotion, was now 65 years old, struggling to hold back tears as he watched Courtney perform a series of heartfelt original songs from her current independent album. The emotion in the room wasn't just nostalgia, it was something deeper, something that had been building for years beneath the surface. So what led to this unexpected moment? It turns out that the first crack in the silent wall between them appeared in early 2025 when rumors began to spread that Courtney had been involved in a serious car accident. Although the news turned out to be false, it was enough to cause concern for Cowell. After nearly 3 years without contact, the fear for Courtney's safety prompted him to reach out. According to those close to the situation, this wasn't just a polite gesture or a PR move, but a genuine concern. Simon had remained silent about their separation for many years, but something about the idea of Courtney being hurt made him realize that there were still unresolved feelings. And then during a press conference at a small event, his voice cracked as he admitted, "Watching Courtney carve out her own path has been both painful and inspiring." For a man known for his control and bluntness, this admission said more than just the words themselves. But there was another moment that truly made everything clearer. At the charity event, Courtney performed the song "Monsters," a haunting and emotional track that had previously been rejected by Simon's label executives. Ironically, not everyone in the audience, or even Simon himself, immediately recognized the connection. But as Simon listened to Courtney pour every ounce of emotion into each word of the song, something within him shifted profoundly. After the performance, he spoke with reporters again, this time with a tone that seemed to carry a newfound humility and understanding of his former protege. Sometimes, even after decades in this industry, Simon Cowell said, "I still get it wrong. Her instincts have always been right." For a man with decades of experience and a reputation that seemed untouchable in the music industry, this statement carried more weight than any positive review. But perhaps the most moving part of this story isn't just about the music or the public declarations, it's everything that had happened before. The relationship between Simon and Courtney was not always smooth. From the moment Courtney stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage full of nerves and a powerful voice to the years that followed under Cowell's management, they struggled to maintain harmony in their creative journey. Cowell, who is known for his perfectionism, had a clear vision. Courtney, even as a teenager, had her own ideas that didn't always align with what Simon's label expected. Over time, those differences led to a rift. Eventually, their communication ceased altogether. But as Cowell later reflected, what moved me wasn't just her growth as an artist. It was realizing that sometimes stepping back is the greatest gift you can give to someone with extraordinary talent. Isn't that a lesson we all learn at some point, whether in business, friendship, or family? Sometimes the most loving thing we can do is to let someone grow without our presence. And in this case, it seems like that's exactly what happened. Courtney continued to build her career in her own way, releasing bold music that blends genres without adhering to commercial expectations, yet making a strong impact with a loyal fan base. Meanwhile, Simon continued to shape talent on a global scale, but Courtney still left the question of what if lingering in his mind. Naturally, when the footage of their emotional reunion surfaced on social media, it went viral, and fans didn't hold back their opinions. Some praised Simon for showing vulnerability and admitting his past mistakes. Others weren't so quick to forgive, still defending the independent artist that Courtney had become without his help. One comment that went viral perfectly captured the sentiment. From discovering her to doubting her, then crying over her success without him, this is growth on both sides. In the days that followed, there was no announcement of a new collaboration or a public reconciliation tour full of drama. The story of Courtney and Simon was written not just through meetings and business decisions, but through deep emotions and a profound shift in their relationship. And perhaps that's the best part. The power of that night didn't come from a business deal, but from an emotionally honest moment, one that didn't require a follow-up. However, one can't help but wonder, will they work together again someday? Could this be the beginning of something new, not a redo, but a next chapter? Simon Cowell cried. Courtney Hadwin has soared high. And at least for one night, their paths crossed again in a way that was not only historically significant, but deeply human. It was a moment where talent, passion, and true humanity created an unforgettable force of connection. With that, we've reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more new content. For more captivating stories, click on the next video on your screen. Do you have a touching story like this? If so, leave a 1 in the comments, and if not, comment 0. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support us by leaving a sub. Enjoy the video and stay tuned for more intriguing stories.